Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check this headline out. We got the Ripple and Faster Payments Council new report out, and you're going to want to see this white paper, ladies and gentlemen. 100% agree. Blockchain plus crypto plus payments equals XRP? Oh, we'll see. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, $1.23 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is off by 2.3%. Right now, 28,000, slightly over for Bitcoin, 1907 and change for Ethereum. We see 81.4 plus billion market cap for Tether, and XRP has fell to 46 cents. What's going on here? Off by 4.9 on the 24-hour and off by 9.3 on the 7-day. But let me tell you something. I'm not discouraged because I got something for us all to see today. We're going to start with this. It's linked to where you can get private equity behind the incredible companies that are helping to build out this space and put these amazing technology advances to work in their business models. There's no doubt about it. So whether you're talking about digital assets, fintech, or gaming, or artificial intelligence, this is the place to get it. And by the way, don't forget about Link2 itself, because they're making it happen. $5,000 minimums. You can't find that anywhere in a private equity investment opportunity. You really can't. So make sure if you're accredited to get in there and get it while it's hot. And if you're not, or not sure if you're accredited, find out what an opportunity you could be missing. Let's get started here. After overwhelming response for more access, you spoke, we listened, and people are jumping in droves. You better jump in too, because again, as I said, we sold out the conference. I told you we would, and we did. Listen, here it is right here. We're 14 days away. Friday sold out. The private group we have is sold out. The Saturday conference is sold out, but you can get a web ticket and join for the conference itself on Saturday, which is going to be amazing. Do not mess around and get your ticket. We're going to shut the door on that as well. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. Look, I'm just going to say a couple. X Spectre, Dirk, Bob Way on stage. You're going to miss that? You're going to miss what's going on, what they're doing? Or what Daniel Keller and Casino Coin's doing inside the metaverse? Listen, that's just a couple things, not to mention everything else that's happening. John Deaton and so forth. Look, really encourage everybody to get that ticket and participate. It is going to be a very, very special day. Link underneath the video. You can go to the website as well. Look right here, Molly Elmore. She finds this from Paolo. Apparently, the treasure stick found in Terra founder Dao Quan during a thorough body inspection. Shows it right here. Gee whiz, fella. What's going on there? I think it'd be a little easier to remember the 24 words, wouldn't it? Oh, boy. Meanwhile, we know that the EU has passed regulation for crypto. It will kick in 2024, but nevertheless, that groundwork and that accomplishment, that achievement by the European Parliament for the 27, 29 nations, whatever it is at this count, I tell you, this is a pretty remarkable moment, not just for the EU, but for the world. We're talking about setting a tone, setting a pace here. Susan Friedman says, while the U.S. continues to focus on enforcement instead of clarity, the EU is taking the big leap forward with a sensible, progressive approach to crypto regulation. We look forward to building and growing in the European marketplace. I reminded everybody yesterday on that news that the Ireland license that Ripple went after would open them up to the entire European Union jurisdiction through that license in Ireland. That is extremely bullish at my house. Then there's this guy right here, boy, he laid it down. Now, I played part of this clip yesterday, but I need to play this. It's from the hearing on stablecoins. But what he says is so spot on. We need to hear it all, what he's saying. He touches it all right here. Let's hear it.
The debate around stablecoins has been incredibly confused. It's probably been harmful to consumers. It's probably been harmful to the nation. One of the problems is with lack of clarity from Congress, many things are called stablecoins, which should not be. What we need is clarity to define stablecoins so that we understand that stablecoins built right are actually not new and are relatively mundane financial instruments. If you look at frameworks that have worked, like the framework from the NYDFS, these things look like conservative banks, maybe government money market funds. These are the sorts of things we know how to address as a financial system.
And that is not the first time we've heard that said. So there is a place for all of this in a regulatory framework that already really exists, is what he's suggesting here.
We can regulate them. In the current environment, our regulation is currently chaos for stablecoins. If I am an issuer and I want to create a stablecoin, I technically don't know if I'm going to be answering to a state regulator, a federal banking regulator, the SEC, the CFTC. It's unworkable. And what this means, and it pains me to say this as an American, is that things are moving offshore. Right now, over the past year, the biggest winner has been Tether. They are offshore. They don't work well with us. They facilitate some activity they probably shouldn't. But the chaos is leading that stablecoin to grow while others shrink. The other thing that's happening is other countries are moving into this space. Just this morning before the hearing, I saw news that Russia is exploring legislation to formalize their ability to transact in crypto. If we don't take the field, others will do so before us, and they may not be doing it in ways that we like. So in the end, this matters. I would call upon the subcommittee to think deeply about passing some sort of bill about stablecoins. We can't let perfect be the enemy of good when one of our enemies here is time. Right now, doing this right will bring financial inclusion through the dollar to billions of people globally. This is not just a U.S. concern, and it reinforces the strength of the dollar in the world.
Listen.
It will help us fund the deficit. Every dollar that goes into stablecoins ends up in traditional financial instruments that we can use to fund our government, like T-bills. It will bolster our reserve currency status, and it will ensure that if the blockchain continues to grow at the pace it has from 2012 to present, the standard of transaction on there for a currency is the dollar. Thank you very much.
I don't think you could lay it down any better than Mr. Austin Campbell did right there. Ditto. Yeah. I tell you, you can't. But I tell you what, this is going to be good right here. Don't go anywhere. This is the white paper from the survey from Ripple and the U.S. Faster Payments Council. Boy, I tell you what, you're going to like the highlights of this. We'll move through this very, very quickly so we can all get the gist of what's going on here. Here it is, and I'm going to move quickly here so we get to it. We'll start at page 5. And right here, I just want to show inside of this, we're talking about a 350% increase in just 3 years when it comes to crypto payment transaction volume. That is a massive growth right there. And it's only going to continue to increase and compound as we move further. Now let's move forward here and go to the next page here. On 6, it says to here, other Ripple research reports show these growth trends showing swelling payment volumes increase. This further emphasizes the need for global policymakers to take note. According to the World Economic Forum, G20 leaders now prioritize blockchain technology. They're all prioritizing blockchain technology. Listen, there is going to be something to come here. Broader stablecoins adoption for payments can likely be attributed to cost savings. Listen to the cost savings. This is just with stablecoins. Cross-border payments using a stablecoin is up to 80% less expensive. 80% less expensive. That is remarkable, that number. You think this isn't mattering to banks and financial institutions? Oh, I bet it is. And then here, 97% of respondents believe blockchain technology and cryptocurrency have a significant or very significant role in enabling faster payments within the next 3 years. This is remarkable. 50% surveyed leaders believe that the most merchants will accept crypto payments within 1 to 3 years. These numbers are remarkable. Look, I just want to remind everybody, this is Ripple and the U.S. Faster Payments Council. You know what? There will be people that look at this report and say, it doesn't say XRP. You're right. It doesn't say XRP. But I tell you something. I don't know what kind of person really would look at and read this report and not understand that the max value of savings working with a company like Ripple is to employ the suite of products they've developed, plus the use of the digital asset XRP, where applicable to their business model and payments, to get the greatest level of savings. Is it not? Well, of course it is. You think these financial institutions and banks, once the bow finally breaks, as Bob Way had said years ago, it only takes two. Once two start doing it, they have the advantage. And then everyone else will fall like dominoes because they know that they're losing. Look, once two institutions start doing it with the ultimate savings, they can give some of that savings to their end customer. When you give some of the savings to the end customers have competition. Then the competition is going to wait, if they're getting the savings, then I want it too. This is how that happens. I'm telling you, we will watch and see. I'll certainly make the video if I'm wrong, but the ultimate goal is to use not just Ripple's suite of products, but the end result is the digital asset for the max savings. That's the key here. And I think this is showing, all of this is leading us to that understanding. Now, really quickly, I just want to touch on this on page. All of this is incredible, by the way, but a quick and easy read. You can download it too. But here we see sentiment around blockchain and sustainable growth. When it comes to proof of work and proof of stake protocols, nearly every respondent at 98% acknowledged the environmental impact associated with blockchain use. 71 of that total group shared that low energy consumption is very important. Again, what's carbon neutral? The XRP ledger. What gives you the greatest savings when you're talking about payments? XRP being used in between as a bridge currency. This, again, is the U.S. Faster Payments Council and Ripple. There are those out here that will try to get you to believe, well, just because Ripple did a survey with U.S. Faster Payments Council doesn't mean that Ripple's going to be working with them. Ripple's already working with them. Where do you think this report came from? That's, I tell you, those people that speak that way have never been in business. They've never been in business. And you know what? And they've never spent a day in their life even considering what it's like to be in business, and they'll never get it. You will have to make that speculation for yourself. You will have to make that leap and for yourself. I can't do it for you, and it's certainly not financial advice. But if you don't see the writing on the wall, because 100% respondents agree, there are benefits of blockchain, crypto, and payments. And by the way, nobody else is doing it the way that Ripple's doing it. Ripple and the Faster Payments Council are working to help shape the future of payments. Do you think they're working with the Faster Payments Council because once they get it figured out, they're not going to be a part of it? Who thinks like that? Hey, glad we spent the man hours and the money and the time to help you guys out. I know we're not involved. We just helped with the survey. And right here, let's listen to these numbers really quickly before we wrap this out. 950 FPC, Faster Payments Council subscribers, representing 70 primary business lines across 45 countries. Are you hearing these numbers? Listen to this. Using proven crypto and blockchain technology honed over a decade, Ripple's enterprise-grade solutions are faster, more transparent, and more cost-effective than traditional financial services. Oh, we like it a lot. Ripple's customers use these solutions to source crypto, facilitate instant payments, empower their treasury, engage new audiences, lower capital requirements, and drive new revenue streams. Now, who doesn't want that? You're telling me there's a company goes up and checks that out and goes, yeah, I'm not really interested. Are you nuts? Ripple is the only, look at it. This is what they wrote. This isn't me saying it. Ripple's laying this down. Yeah, Ripple is the only enterprise blockchain company today with products in commercial use. Full stop. Ripple's global payments network includes over 300 customers across 40 countries and 6 continents. Write it down. And that's where we are on this day, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, I can't guarantee you that XRP gets used to a great degree because it's not written in the report. But I'm liking my odds, I can tell you that. Because I understand U.S. Faster Payments Council is a domestic payments and plumbing lines for the U.S., but I also agree that I believe that it is to organize liquidity domestically so they can call on it for large, deep value cross-border payments, for which XRP could play a very, very complementary role. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, share with somebody you know. It's not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives.